Said we from a wicked place full of wicked man. Niggas filling up their case when they grip the gun. I ain't running, it ain't safe for the richer ones. Air Force flying planes when they grip the sun. Hide your money, it ain't safe out there. Blacked out shades, see the range, I stare. Flow too suave, even rain's gon' clear. Benz key fob on the chains, my dear. We ain't in the same tax bracket. Shorty give me brain, but I ain't gon' clap it. Niggas really lame, man, stop it. Running out the option, I'm copping. Designer 10 Richard Mille watches. Save millions, then tropics. I was in her days off topic. Could never be me, so they hit on choppy. She said she see me, and she
So New Yorkers are looking at you right now. Why should New Yorkers, what is it about you, your game, what you bring it to the next level that New Yorkers should look forward to?
Biggest thing is my confidence. I'm built for this. I've been working since I was young. So I'm not really worried.
Welcome back, Sway Reporting Live. We got the guys here. Vono, Mike here.
R.I.P. DMX.
Word. Respectfully. We have a lot of other RIPs to say, sadly. But it is what it is. Welcome, brothers. I see how I guess I didn't get the memo for the PJ TVS, you know. I didn't get the memo today, but
I mean,
it's all right. It's a tradition. I just broke tradition. It's in the blood, though. So, gentlemen, since it's been a while, we have some slightly old topics to talk about, but very interesting. I want to just get your take on these things. First, Russell Westbrook. I believe his historic triple-double was another 30 and 20 assists, I believe, something along the sort. And it was a very historic triple-double, right? The next day, Stephen A. Smith on the ESPN flagship show, First Take.
Who did he drop that on?
He I think that was, I can't even remember, respectfully, but we'll clean that up. But in terms of what Stephen A. said in reaction to it, when Molly asked the question, he just said, basically, to paraphrase, I don't really give a damn, because Russell Westbrook has done triple doubles before. We have seen amazing stats, we have seen the talent, we have seen the film, and the film also states that you don't have a championship to show for this amazing stat lines that you have on a night in and night out basis throughout the season and past seasons. Russell Westbrook's wife said yada yada. Everybody doesn't really like it. I'll just play for you guys what Russell Westbrook said the next game after, when of course he heard about it the same day and they asked him about it post game.
And like I said before, a championship don't change my life. I'm happy. I was a champion once I made it to the NBA. Like, I grew up in the streets. I'm a champion. Like, nobody can. I don't have to be an NBA champion. I know many people that got NBA champions that's miserable. Have done nothing for their community. Have done nothing for the people in our world. And for me, man, my legacy, like I mentioned before, is not based on what I do on this court. I'm not gonna play basketball my whole life. My legacy is what I do off the floor. How many people I'm able to impact and inspire along my journey, man. And
so I'm gonna let that sit. Vono, go ahead. You go first. What is your reaction to this one-off or tag team handicap, whatever you want to call it?
I mean, in the sense of where Westbrook's coming from, I feel like he felt like Stephen A. attacked his manhood some way, somehow, which apparently, I mean, not apparently, was evidently not correct, because he didn't. He came at him as a basketball player. And playing basketball, being a great, you have kids that look up to you. So you're telling me all I have to do to be a champion is just get there? That's not what inspired the Kevin Durant of today, the Mamba mentality. So it's like, Westbrook, do you want us to just not talk about you at all? Do you want the endorsements to disappear because you don't make noise that we want to talk about, because you don't want to win?
Isn't this a possible saltiness?
Yeah, and then,
there.
Definitely.
And then you say, he said, I'm not gonna be playing basketball the rest of my life. That's the point of a legacy. If you do something your whole life, it's not really a legacy unless it's a life's work. Basketball is a timely career. And if you're doing something to leave a legacy, you want to be the best at it.
Mike, talk to me.
Okay, so I see where you're coming from, but I don't believe wrong. You're not wrong in anything you just said at all, in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like that conversation isn't the subject that Stephen A. presented. Like, he basically said, yes, this is a historic triple-double, but he's basically saying 90% of the other historic triple-doubles came from Russell Westbrook. So, this is nothing new. He's saying the only thing he's missing is that ring, which he's not wrong. Because if you look at almost every achievement for a basketball player that you're trying to get in the NBA, Russell Westbrook has all of them. I believe he's on, first team NBA, first team defense,
I mean, he's led the league in scoring before.
All-Star
Assists,
MVP.
led the league in assists.
So,
Triple-double multiple times in a season.
Average
Not multiple
triple-double
seasons, actually. Yes. And it's about to do it another time this
exactly.
season.
So it's like, I get Stephen A. Now, his tone, I understand it. If people feel like he was trying to be condescending, he's basically stating a fact because he probably feels that people are forgetting what is happening. That, yes, he's doing all of this, but he's been doing all of this. But the same results happen every time.
No, it's actually regressed.
Yeah. That's actually a fact. That is a fact. It's actually gotten worse every season he's done it.
He's regressed, so it's
See,
like...
that's why, like, this is the main grievance of Russell Westbrook. And it's not even just me. That's just Broden. As his stats increase, the record decreases. That's OD. And it's actually a fact. You can look that up.
Facts. No.
So it's like...
Isn't it also just a result of the situation she's been in since the departure of... I mean, let's keep it real. This is gonna be before we go to another topic, but COVID is literally like wiped out multiple sports. Yeah. So I don't want to hold what happened in Houston too much against him. Did I pick him to win? No, but other seasons, I just want to put. I feel like Houston's one season where he was actually playing better in his career, not in numbers, but in flow and development as a player, playing alongside other great players. So I don't see James Harden. I said James Harden. I don't see Russell Westbrook.
Shout out to Brooklyn Nets.
Wow. I don't see Russell Westbrook. His career hasn't warranted. They made it not a basketball conversation.
Yeah.
When at the point it was just a basketball conversation.
You did everything but one thing.
So that's where it comes back to the saltiness. Maybe do they see it as, all right, my career hasn't gotten, maybe to the lengths that I believe it is. It's still a great career.
It's because the narrative of Russell Westbrook is, in order to give him his props, you must ignore this one subject. But Stephen A. is saying, we've given him his props already. Hence the trophies in his crib. But there's one trophy missing in that crib. There's nothing else to talk about. Anything else you can't really deny about Russell Westbrook. No one's saying he's a bad player. But we all know the truth of Russell Westbrook. If you know the truth, and if you acknowledge it, you're a good player. But that record and your numbers go in an opposing line graph, and that's not it.
Facts.
You've had MVP caliber teammates.
Steven Adams really gave his soul to OKC.
You have Paul George playing MVP numbers.
You know what the polar opposite of Russell Westbrook is? CP3.
Almost. I see what you're trying to do.
Literally the polar opposite. Because
Bless up.
we can blame Russell Westbrook for his results. We cannot blame CP3 for all of them.
We can.
Not all of them.
We can.
Not all.
We can. The time he was supposed to be. What is this?
You know Houston?
Yes, Houston.
In 2018?
Yes.
He got hurt.
That's the one
Did
time.
he get hurt?
It
was the year after he got hurt.
He got hurt 2018 too.
Oh yeah, facts. Because James Harden went on a run.
His 15th season.
Other people are in their 15th season going strong. I understand it's an anomaly.
Who?
A couple.
Who? Give me 12 right now.
All right, 12.
That's a random and bad number.
How's that a bad number compared to how many people?
12 people don't play on the floor. 12 people don't play the floor at a time.
No. How many players in the NBA in that age group?
But it's not 12 players on the floor.
No. But it's like how many players?
That's
in
a
that
terrible
age group?
Why? If you said 5, all right, me.
Yeah, 3 to 5. You're saying 12. I think 5.
And they're all probably not even. We're not even gonna do that.
Give me five then.
Yeah, I can't. Because that's a bad number.
How's that a
Not
bad
everybody plays more than 16, 17 seasons.
Okay, so you literally
The greatest player ever played.
LeBron. Okay, we have LeBron.
12.
Who else?
Why? That's why we're saying 12. For you to ask to give 12 is a bad number.
Him getting hurt, not his fault.
But
You can't blame him for getting hurt. That's human nature. You can't blame him for shit he can't control. If CP there, he do his thing.
true. But Russell Westbrook does his thing. It's just he
Huh?
has moments where it doesn't.
Huh?
You can't
Where?
deny that Russell Westbrook has done something.
No, put some numbers. He's a stat batter.
Even in playoffs, he's done something. He's
Stat
made
pattern.
runs in his career.
Yeah,
Never.
stat batter.
Never. He's never
Stat
made a
batter.
run.
KD has made runs,
He's never
and
made
Russell
a run.
Westbrook has been there.
He's never made a run.
KD has made a run, and Russell Westbrook has been there for said run.
He's never made a run. Thank you.
No.
He's never made a run.
No.
He's never been
Never.
that. Like,
Real talk,
nobody-
let's be honest,
Nobody
Russell
but-
Westbrook came up by himself, Dolly. Steph really was like, and Clay was really like, bro, this is where the money reside. Cash for real. I was like, yeah, put up your 30, put up your 40. But the dub though.
Copy. So let's move on. Kevin Durant,
That's close.
another athlete that has gone back and forth with someone in the public eye that is not an athlete, in Michael Rapaport, who posted DM conversations on Twitter. By now you've all seen it. If you haven't, I'll post it. But regardless,
He went ham.
how do you feel about the situation, about what KD said?
He went ham.
Talking about spitting on him, talking about his wife or whatever. The vulgar language that people in the public eye, when he posts that, they want to act like people haven't said these things before or said the words. But all in all, do you look at Kevin Durant differently, or is it more so the situation was even out there to begin with?
No.
To paraphrase, that's not what I wanted people to see from me. So, it's not the image that he portrays. That's a direct message between two celebrities that he didn't expose, someone else, the other party exposed. But, like Max Kellerman said, you don't issue a threat in writing,
Right.
and you don't issue the slurs in writing. Because at the end of the day, when is KD gonna see Michael Rapaport? Like, for real. Like, for real, though, to see him. Like, they're gonna bump into each other in Cali? No.
I mean, the only time they probably bump each other if he pulls up to a game.
Regardless.
But that's not the point.
You know he's not coming to a Brooklyn game now.
Regardless, it don't matter. KD plays basketball. What does Twitter have to do with anything that really involves KD?
The direct messaging on Twitter, though.
No,
Not exposing the a public
I don't
post.
look at KD different at all. What? Okay, cool. We've all heard worse things.
In life.
We've heard KD to tell players don't even play like
We've
that.
heard
We don't
worse
play like
things
that
amongst
around here.
children and their parents.
That's scary,
Like,
KD.
What? I'm like, people
7
getting
feet.
crazy. It's like, oh, KD's a big celebrity. First, KD plays basketball. Literally, that's all KD does. I'm not even saying
I
this.
got podcast too.
I'm not saying this in a
Nah,
condescending.
he has businesses, but we don't
Yes,
know them.
that's,
So,
that's
you
what
know.
I'm saying. But I'm like, I'm not saying this in a condescending way. I'm saying KD's chilling because KD plays basketball. So I don't understand why everyone's thinking this is such a big thing. Oh my God, KD cursed out Michael Rapaport. He's all of a sudden gonna average 12 points a game. No,
He's going to average 30.
no. I don't understand why everyone's. Why is this a problem? Now, don't get me wrong. People are like, okay. The only real argument I can understand that comes from certain people is with the Ronald Sterling thing. See, because of the precedent set by the NBA, I can understand how that is a real.
Donald Sterling, but yes.
Donald.
Word.
He's bad.
We don't even care about his name. Ronald McDonald.
Yo,
Sterling
bro.
Pearl.
Big
Sterling
time.
Pearl.
So it's like, yo, bro.
Big Pearl.
Yeah.
They said,
Big Pearl.
Bump shiesty season.
Wow.
But like, yeah. I can understand based on that precedent because that's how rules work.
Because technically, those boundaries that were
It's the same thing.
broken by KD or broken for KD
Same
is
thing.
broken there.
But at the same time, there's a gigantic difference between them. It's like I said, KD plays basketball.
No, KD's terminology was
Was
a different type of derogatory.
Also,
Word.
facts. It was more of.
It was more of like trying to call him
I
out of
feel
his
sorry
name.
for y'all non-New Yorkers if any of y'all seen this, but
New York
KD
people.
was cutting his ass.
Yeah, that's how we talk to people. If I want to fight you, like
That's
I'm not,
why I feel like certain people don't take it different because in our culture, at least, like I said, non-New Yorkers, you're not going to understand this at all. But in our culture, that's regular. I've heard words against brothers who love each other.
But isn't Michael Rapaport from New York?
Definitely, 100%. That's why I'm just like, that's
Like
okay.
that-
But I understand he's talking about
Like
his
that
shorty.
violates, like, real talk, that violates.
It violates
code.
back.
That violates a lot of
I
things.
get. He's talking about his shorty.
True.
Talking
That's
about his
another
shorty.
thing.
But at the same time,
It would have been way tougher and way better
if you pulled up on it,
if Michael Rapaport went on First Take the next morning and said,
he'd be like, wow, you talking crazy
I
about
got some direct messages, you know, I ain't gonna say from nobody.
He went on Undisputed. I don't know if you saw.
I did. I tuned out though. I can't tune into you poking the bear and then being mad about the bear's reaction.
Facts.
Everybody
And then he
knows.
wanted to go on TV and kind of joke about the
Yeah,
situation.
like, none of it surprised me about KD.
Mm.
So you just
Because KD talk like this. We see what he do on Twitter and the gram and all that.
KD talks like
Exactly.
everyone talk like this.
KD.
I
This
get
is a hot
image,
take
but like
though.
here's the thing. This is why.
Why you ain't saying nothing to
this is
Draymond?
like this is why.
You all tough to Michael Rapaport.
You know how
Why you
they
ain't saying
say-
nothing to
you know how they say
Draymond?
certain
I couldn't
people
say
have
nothing to Draymond on the
privilege.
bench. My son said he said I need that though. That's what he
There's-
told him. He said
You know
I
there's
need
such a
that.
thing as
That was it.
pretty privilege, player privilege is the thing.
I wish you was
It's like
in
I
the
said,
GTA huddles.
none of these words are gonna make KD average less than 26
No, we're not
points.
talking about his basketball. Of
Yeah,
course
we-
not.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
That's
a
what,
demigod, bro.
no,
Come
honestly,
on,
this is
bro.
why you have to talk about it because KD plays basketball. What does Michael Rapaport do?
He did.
Not play basketball.
Word. That's
Is he
what-
gonna?
yeah.
Is any? Did any of them lose anything?
Is Michael Rapaport going to be running for MVP?
No. You know what's gonna happen? At the end of the day, both of them getting their checks. They both doing what they do.
KD got $450K.
That's
We'll go to his teammate, Kevin Durant's teammate, Kyrie Irving. This intertwines with our discussion, so it's a two-part question. We saw the Brooklyn Nets play the Lakers recently, and they basically lost by about 15, 18, I forgot the score.
20.
20?
20.
It was a guaranteed 20 at the final score?
20.
Okay. So,
oh my damn.
during that game, Kyrie gets ejected in the third quarter. At that time, the Lakers were up 4. The reason he got ejected, I believe, was it Lakers possession?
No, it was
It
Nets
was
possession.
Brooklyn possession.
Dennis Schroeder locked him up.
They called foul on Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder claps his hands, talks to the ref like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, Kyrie just gets in his face, like, you know, regular stuff. And then they kind of escalated. He kept talking to him. And of course, Dennis Schroeder, he a little scrappy. So he gonna talk back.
Don't like Dennis Schroeder. Met him in real life. He didn't want to take a picture with him.
Wow. But he a little scrappy. So he just said, yo, why you, the words were,
He learned from Scotty.
goddamn N-word, you feel me? He just, because Kyrie's all up in his face talking. And apparently word on the street is, of course, Kyrie posted this on Twitter. He doesn't like the term, the N-word, and how derogatory it is, the history behind it. We know how it is, us being black men. So
Right?
first, the question is, how did you feel about Kyrie possibly snapping because he got a second ejection off of him talking crazy, feeling he was being disrespectful? How do you feel about that? That's the first part. How do you feel about the reaction of Kyrie and the reason he believes he was ejected?
Okay, 2 parts. As a basketball player, you did too much. As a man, you did what you're supposed to do. Stand on your word. You said something, walk the same way. I respect it, but it was untactical. So it cancels each other out, in my mind. Because I'm like, yeah, I understand you don't like it, so you gotta voice your opinion. But at the same time, you got spanked by 20, bro. 20. To the Lakers. No LeBron. Or 80.
All cool. Bro. Kyrie he's just a man who's stuck on a mission.
Very passionate about it.
Yeah, it's outside of basketball. Like when the killing of George Floyd happened and Kyrie made his stand that the NBA should not continue and the brothers should stand up. Everyone opposed him. So this is just who he is. Like, he's a flat earth guy. But he also is standing on his mentality of I'm a black king. So for anybody to want to knock that it's crazy. I know we all have our terminology, but
true,
the word isn't positive.
In its origin.
In its origin. Definitely because we mean it in endearment, it's different,
But he, in his tweet, he made it clear that we can't just twist the meaning of the word now after generations. Do you believe that?
That's not how English works. Not a single word in the English language is English in origin. So, off rip, that means we twist the meaning of every word we got. So, based on what he's saying, that can't work. That's a whole different conversation.
Facts.
This is a sports analysis podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not going to reject that based on what I just said. But I understand, if he believes that, stand on your words. Because when everything Kyrie says to the world. You can't cap when everything you say is a tweet. So, I got to respect him for being real with himself and being real with us. But as a basketball player,
he didn't need to do what he did.
He didn't. Because you got spanked by 20.
But the thing is, he wasn't in the game for that.
Also, when he was there, they weren't even down.
But the refs, don't you think the refs are having a quick leash here?
Yes, the refs.
Like, this has been a thing for about, not just this season, and past seasons, probably about, we've been complaining outwardly about the refs for about 3 seasons now. Don't you think the refs need to understand that, yeah, Kyrie may be a little hot right now, but this is still within the talking trash part of the game?
Did you watch that game?
Yes.
Really.
The refs were tweaking on the Nets the whole game.
Not really, though. Not really. I feel like, especially if it's being anticipated, so we're all human beings. Like, you have to be an official, you have to be 50-50, but you know what's going on here. These are the teams that are going to be there in June. Both teams, the returning champs and the new super team. So we're not going to let a regular season game in April get out of hand. Let's curb it. That's something that's we could say is the refs are being, but let's curb it. Kyrie, you're very passionate, very, but it's a game in April. Relax.
Relax.
Done non-stopping. Me not in an argument. Me no want no back. Money where we want to spend. Money in a duff. Money where we want and money where we go for. Anything we go for.
So
people say we go for.
Moving on, we got a couple updates in the association. Sticking with that Nets Lakers game, do you from what you saw besides Kyrie, what did you see from both benches supporting cast of the team that might have swayed you or kept you solid on either you believe the Lakers are winning the chip or the Nets are winning the chip?
Bench gave up as soon as Kyrie left.
I wouldn't say they gave up right when he left.
No, they gave up. I say
Kevin Durant's still there, minutes restriction and all, but he still was there.
Still, you can see they literally, if KD didn't do nothing happened. And I don't even want to sound like I'm being a broad fit, but we watched the game together and said the same things as the game was happening. We're just like, literally, he said, before even the third quarter pulled up, he said, it's over. Because we watching them play the game and we're like, y'all are chucking, y'all turning the ball over, y'all missing free throws, y'all not playing defense, you getting beat by simple cuts by reserve players, they're not even doing too much. No one's popping deep threes, everybody's open. Why is this happening? When you rotate, you fouling every time you contest because you already see the ref is not jacking you, so why are you not shaping up like you play? Then you cut the lead down to like 8 and lose it again to 17 and cut it back down to like 10, and then goes back to 18.
Want to know why? Because the Lakers are top 2 in defense.
Bro, I feel you, but it wasn't even the defense. Like, they missed wide open shots.
I wouldn't say they missed wide open shots. They couldn't
everything.
get into their regular
They
flow.
missed everything.
Not even a regular flow. The Lakers came out
And punched them.
They came out with the feel of these are our rivals.
Because it is technically.
You know, the first game,
because
no KD.
Yeah, it was just
James Harden.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, let me show you up. No James Harden. Kyrie, you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
I guess.
Kevin Durant. No. They definitely, like, the Nets definitely didn't want that game. Because it's like, Joe Harris, where are you?
That was the thing I saw in that game.
Like,
Joe Harris was
like
MIA.
2 shots.
But I also feel it's a part of him not getting the ball.
He wasn't asking for it, though.
Shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
Shoot.
Score.
Players
Get
play.
open. He's not running nowhere. He's not, like, come on, bro. Like,
Then it's like, we obviously don't have an answer for Andre Drummond. But it's like,
he walked out, too.
we have the
Everyone
opposite
was so
of
physicality. You have finesse.
And then it's like the hustle. Like, you see how Caruso is saving every single out of bounds ball.
That's the
in
culture
game.
of the Lakers.
And then you let like one person I don't like, and I probably had him for 6 minutes of the year, or
Montrezl?
yeah, early on the podcast. So
Montrezl?
yeah, I had Montrezl. I don't like him. He's very much a dog, but he's on my rivals team now, and I see like he's very emotion equipped.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
It's different when you're rooting against the guy or playing against the guy.
Yeah, it's very much easy for him to get it going when the Lakers are up 10.
Mm-hmm. And then now that's like the annoying factor that.
Yeah. And it's like now he wants to play extra defense and.
Mm-hmm. Is it more so the Lakers showed up or the Nets downplayed?
The Lakers showed up.
Both.
I mean, you lose by 20. It doesn't matter if you showed up or not.
Yeah. The scoreboard is the
They
scoreboard.
were trash. They missed everything. Took no good shots. They played no defense. They don't play defense anyway. They actually played no.
The Nets didn't. I mean, the
I
Lakers didn't have an All-Star play,
I thought I was watching the All-Star game.
and the Lakers didn't have an All-Star in
That's
the game.
what I'm saying. I'm watching this, and I'm just like, bro, all he did was pass the ball this way. You looked at him pass the ball. Why is no one in the paint? What is happening right now? Why can't y'all? No layups, just threes contested. No one's gonna pass the ball.
That's the
At
Nets.
all.
That's the Nets vibe this year. Finesse buckets, 3 balls
What you mean
contested or
fin-
not.
Where's the finesse?
The finesse was there. It got ejected.
Where?
It got ejected.
It doesn't even matter because
No.
when he's there, he's not the only one finessing. Everyone's
He's top
finessing.
finesser though.
He is top finesse. You've seen them play without him and without them and be way better before.
All right. Let's look at the Denver Nuggets. They've been 7-2. They lost last night to the Golden State Warriors since the Aaron Gordon trade.
Jamal
But
Murray.
sadly, in that game, Jamal Murray with less than 3 minutes left, I believe, or something like that, down double digits already. I'm not trying to say he should have been in the game, but regardless, they did get smoked. Curry had 50,
Yes, sir.
and Jamal Murray tears his ACL.
It's just never gonna be in the cards for Denver. This was their year.
I don't. Well, it was their year with the acquisition,
like,
but
honestly,
I give him 3 more seasons.
and no,
with the
this
same
is-
core though.
Yes, 3 more seasons.
Listen to me.
With Jamal,
Listen to me.
okay, we'll get to that.
Listen to me. In 3 years, Michael Porter Jr. is gonna be a 25, 28 point.
And he gonna look for that check or be, you know what I'm saying? He gonna want them shots.
Definitely gonna have it though.
Aaron Gordon is not gonna be the same Aaron Gordon in 3 years.
I don't agree. I feel like he's gonna be better.
I mean, his progression is solid, but is
No.
he gonna stay? That's
No, I
another
feel
one.
he's gonna be
What
better.
they need him for, he's
Yeah,
gonna
that's it.
die. He's gonna regress it.
No, I don't like.
They need him for.
I don't believe that.
Listen. As the older you get, scientific fact, the less athletic you are. Unless you're LeBron James.
No, I feel you, but
His athleticism, lockdown, defense, and that's what has really made them a crazy threat like that because it has forced Michael Porter Jr. to play up.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Porter Jr. is playing.
Nice out.
okay.
So with that being said, if Aaron Gordon settles into a more polished game, it's gonna take away from the Denver Nugget punch because we don't really need him to. We need him to defend, be the lockdown guy, sort of kind of his shots. But we really need you for the athleticism. We have Joker, the skill. We have Jamal Murray, the bucket. So with Jamal Murray getting hurt this year, I feel like this was their year to really make noise. With the Lakers possibly being injured into the playoffs, the Nets have only played 7 games with their big three. So it's like, okay, if they don't make it out, who do you have being better than Denver?
Here's the reason why I said 3 more seasons. And I'm saying 3 more seasons now after saying Jamal Murray getting hurt. I would have said 2 seasons if he didn't get hurt.
Okay.
Because I feel like Aaron Gordon has been in such a bad situation for so long that he has to get used to being out of one. Like, you don't watch football.
It's only been,
Like,
it's only been 9 games.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have to like fully explain this. So like, you don't watch football, but in football there's this thing where it's like they call it headlight syndrome, where you're scared of getting hit.
Start dropping everything.
It's when it's the equivalent of being, as a quarterback, you're in a very bad situation where your O-line doesn't protect you. Aaron Gordon was in a basketball. We all know this. He was drafted into a bad Orlando team and has never left. And it's not like he's nowhere near a rookie. So he's so used to a bad situation. He's never had to polish his game because everything he plays is forced. Because there's no system made for him. He wasn't the main character in Orlando. They didn't care about him. We all know who they built that team around. So it's like now I feel like in Denver his game will upgrade because he's realizing, I actually have space. Someone is setting a screen for me.
I mean, now there's more shots to be had.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
Since
his
another
game
guy is
will
gone.
evolve. Now I'm saying 3 because the first season and there's a lot of good players on that Denver team. But right now without Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon really can step up and really find out what he can do as a basketball player.
With that though, are they a first round exit?
No.
Nah.
Second.
Yeah, I had them go to the conference finals against the Lakers.
That's not a bad pick.
I had them.
Not a
I
bad
had
pick.
them. Like, if you ask anybody,
I agree
have
with that.
Denver.
If the Clippers bait, I agree with that.
They made the best additions.
No, yeah, I feel you. If the
Yes.
Clippers bait, I agree with that. If they don't bait, the Clippers can't
Clippers
be beat
are-
by anyone but the Lakers.
The Clippers are a bait franchise.
No, I feel you. Yeah. But
It
you
is
always have,
written.
I feel you. It is written, but you always got to throw it up as a toss-up.
True.
Logically, you have to.
They haven't been to the conference finals since 1959. Oh wait, they've
That's
never been there.
cool, but
Wow.
I'm just saying. But real talk, if they don't bait, who's beating them but the Lakers?
The Jazz.
That's
Hell no.
healthy, of
Hell
course.
no.
Correct.
Hell no.
I mean, if they see the Jazz,
Hell no.
well, they won't be able to see the Jazz first round.
Hell
But
no.
let's talk about the Jazz. They're still first. Actually, no, I believe
Did
Phoenix overtook them by
Yeah.
like 2
I
games.
forgot about Phoenix. Phoenix go CP.
I stand corrected. Utah is a game and a half up, but for first,
Game and a half on Phoenix?
yes, for between the 1 and the 2 seed, yes, a game and a
That's
half.
crazy. His schedule isn't even easy.
So, how does it? I believe the overlying question is this a result of these two teams, Utah and Phoenix? Is this a result of the after effect of COVID and the bubble?
No, I have a perfect answer. I feel like Utah is good now because of a system, and I feel like Phoenix is good now because of CP.
True.
No. Donovan
Ish.
Mitchell has matured into the superstar.
That's where I
he is.
believe
But
the
it's a
maturation
system, though.
is.
No, it's not a system. When I need you
It's
to go
his
get,
system, but
no,
it's a system.
no. When I need you to go get a bucket, like
It's not just that. They play a fluid flow of
Yeah,
basketball.
But they've
Well,
always
we-
played a fluid
That's
flow
not
basketball.
facts at all.
Utah has always
They
For
played.
the
gave-
past 3 years, they've had fluid
Since they've
basketball.
never-
gotten Donovan Mitchell.
It was
they-
never. They play. They not a rough. They don't play rough anymore. I don't know. I'm trying to find a word.
Physical,
Like now they're more graceful. Like trying to find
a happy
decent-
medium.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like when they play offense, the ball moves fluidly. They don't play
Yeah,
long against the clock.
Yeah, but that
There's
doesn't.
there's very little ISO ball. If you play ISO, it's a drive or it's a cut or it's a tray off the rip.
What I mean by that is the ISO ball is often the guards who have to play for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like I need you to go
No,
get
he
a
stepped
bucket.
up. I'm not saying you wrong.
That's what I'm saying. It's about.
I'm
you,
saying
you can have a great
I
team
can't.
flow.
You can't singularly just say it's just Donovan Mitchell that's making him this good.
No, but the maturation of him is definitely the domino effect of it. Without him, they're a draft team.
I feel like it's a byproduct of said system.
No, he came into the league great.
Yeah,
Rookie year.
Really good.
Knocking out first round.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Knock it out rookie year. That's great. You knocked out an MVP, a Melo, and a PG.
Yeah.
That's really great. Your
really
rookie
good.
year. That's crazy. And then you build upon it, except last year with the 3-1 exit.
Mm-hmm.
But Donovan Mitchell and Rudy he had a fire set on him by Shaquille O'Neal.
As we said in past episodes.
I never had any doubt in Rudy.
Me neither. Utah is one of my favorite teams.
You the Rudy hater.
He's chilling. I'll let him rock.
Rudy
I'll
hater.
let him rock today.
You gotta let him rock this season.
He's better than Andre Drummond.
Forget the. Yes, I've always believed that.
He's better than Andre
Everyone
Drummond.
always believed
Okay.
that.
Now he is.
No, I've always believed that.
Always.
First of all, there's
He
a
was
lot
the
of people.
defensive player of the year how many years ago?
All right, cool.
First of all, there's a lot of people better than I believe Hassan
argue
Whiteside better than Andre Drummond. There's a lot of people better than Andre.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Where is he?
No.
No, he's
Hassan Whiteside is 25 and 25. He was. I mean, not. Andre Drummond was 22 and 22.
At Hassan Whiteside's top, he was 20, 12, and 6, and that's blocks.
Andre Drummond was 22 and 22. The last time we've seen that stat
That's
line
great.
is Wilt Chamberlain.
No, I feel you.
All hundreds.
All
Listen,
hundreds.
I feel you. I get it. All hundred. Now, both their teams was trash. But who beat who? I'm just saying. Two on each sidetrack. Obviously, back to New York. At least you know, original topic. I feel like Utah is good at, because of what you said. Like Donovan Mitchell has stepped up. He's more of a leader-ish type player. But I feel like it's a system. How they play, their team chemistry to me is the highest in the league.
But look at it like this though. In reference to their maturation, what about the other teams that were playing long stretches in the bubble? Lakers, Denver, Phoenix. They didn't really get. I'm talking about the other teams that are affected, because now we have Brooklyn, Philly was affected, Milwaukee a little bit. These teams all have injuries. Miami as well. Jimmy Butler had COVID and he was injured. So Boston, Jason Tatum missed 16 games this season. Marcus Smart lost time. So all of these teams that we have expected to be higher in the ranks aren't as high, besides a couple teams. But isn't this a byproduct of COVID and certain teams playing long stretches? The body isn't having the usual rest up time that it usually had, those three months during the season that they would have in between seasons.
You get rest of time in the season though.
It's more back-to-backs.
Yeah, but you get breaks.
I mean, yeah.
It's more
And
back-to-backs and they postpone games.
Because would you equip injuries to lack of rest or just freak injuries? At least this season.
Freak injuries.
Jamal Murray, lack of rest.
Because he didn't, at least from looking at the way Jamal Murray tore his ACL, it didn't look that bad.
Lack of rest.
I don't know. He plays hard.
LeBron, that was not a freak accident, it was just an accident.
He old.
Yeah.
He'll be alright.
AD, wear and tear.
He's also older.
Joel Embiid, freak accident, the way he lands, or he just can't land properly.
Way too much.
He's just a big goofball.
He forgot he had a jump shot. That's basically all I'm
Giannis, sore knee,
No, he didn't forget it. He remembered he doesn't need the jump shot.
or
Nah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
They-
yes, he does. Where is he right now?
What are you talking about?
Where is he right now?
Joel Embiid,
Yeah.
first in the East. That's where he is.
No, I mean him as an individual. Where
On the court.
he's good.
Yes,
If
and-
we just when he's in his crib with his foot up, he remembers he needs that jump shot.
No, he doesn't.
All I'm saying.
Because that takes away from Philly's play style. They need him to be the dominant big man he is.
Mm-hmm.
When the foot them bandage up. and
Yeah,
he right there
that's-
like this,
that's
he remembers
injury.
that jump shot. That's all I'm saying.
But them jump shots ain't what got them in first and
Yeah,
winning.
but
You gotta play your effective style. They told him back to the basket, you're big. He
that
is
jump
now.
shot's cash.
But the jump shot doesn't fit in the flow of the offense.
True, but the flow of the offense gotta change up a little bit because Philly look as a team. Philly as a team is like Russell Westbrook.
That's aggressively wrong.
Yeah,
I can't say
that's
that.
a terribly wrong.
Aggressively wrong.
Yes,
Tobias
yes.
Harris can get a bucket.
I
Danny Green shoots threes.
They all do great things.
Philly plays amazing defense. Westbrook does not play good defense. That's
What are you
one.
talking about?
I would say he plays good defense. He
Plays
just doesn't
above
play
average
great.
He
defense.
plays
What's
okay
the first team
defense.
defense was?
Can't confirm that.
And what happened in the Can we name the teams and the best players that he was eliminated by when KD left?
Yeah.
The
Donovan
Utah Jazz,
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Who is he? What is he?
James Harden,
Damian
Cards
Lillard.
didn't know.
Damian, huh?
Cards
Damian
didn't
Lillard.
know.
Him and Damian Lillard actually guarded each other the whole series
Yeah,
until
yeah,
PG stepped up.
Or
Against Donovan Mitchell, he's talking about Ricky Rubio having a triple double, and then
Facts.
Donovan Mitchell outscored them in Game 6.
Facts.
And then the year he played against James Harden, it was their MVP year. They were going back and forth, and then James Harden eliminated him. So we're talking about being a great defender. I'm talking about being a stopper in those moments, like a Kawhi, like a LeBron James, like a Kevin Durant. He's not.
He's not a great defender, but he plays above average defense.
No, he plays aggressive defense.
Above
Average
defense.
gets it done in moments.
Above average.
That
gets you
means-
steals and blocks.
How many steals and blocks is the average?
If you get 1 and 1, you're good. As a point guard, you're good.
Okay. In the playoffs,
If
he don't average 1 and 1.
oh no, definitely not.
That's what I'm talking about. Get it done.
500 boys, New York Knicks. Let's talk about it though. 28 and 27.
I'm dead.
They just beat the Lakers last
Where
night.
is Chedward?
Shout out Chetty.
The great
RJ Barrett.
Great
I feel like RJ Barrett isn't getting talked about enough.
He is.
As young players in the league.
He is.
Nah, I really don't feel
he
like
has
he
a
gets.
Julius Randle. Julius Randle.
He's tweaking. Julius Randle.
I mean, yeah, he has Julius Randle, but
Julius Randle's
he
not
had him
talking
last year
about-
too.
But he's still not
Yeah,
talking
but
about
now
that.
Julius Randle's
Julius Randle got his flowers when he made his All-Star.
Julius Randle is tweaking right now.
Yeah, he dropped 30 and 10 on them boys.
If Dolan does not give him
His bruh.
at least 150, it's good.
Drag.
How's the drag?
Who else is good? You still gotta figure
Who
out.
else worth what Julius Randle's worth?
It's
is
not
No
about
one.
being worth.
RJ
It's about
Barrett
being
is worth.
RJ
the
Barrett.
future.
No. He's worth a pretty penny. Julius Randle to the Knicks is worth platinum.
Who's missing from the Knicks?
Need a
Mitchell
big man.
Robinson is missing.
No. What NBA big name is
They
missing?
need a big man.
Who?
Well, slightly.
They don't need a big. Actually, they need a guard.
They need a guard.
I'd compromise for a small forward.
They have
They have that.
11 forwards.
That's what I'm saying.
RJ
though.
Barrett and Julius Randle do the.
I see RJ more as
And they got Obi Toppin.
On defense, I understand the forward, but he's a shooter.
But
I feel like they need a guard. They need somebody to initiate.
Because if you look at
They're
their
trying,
guard.
RJ's Jimmy Butler-ish.
True.
Imagine if they had Rondo.
I understand.
I mean,
No,
they'll look
no,
good,
no,
but they'll look more. What's the word? They'll look constructed.
This is
They'll
gonna
look
sound crazy.
precise.
It's gonna sound real crazy.
Everything
It's
looks
gonna sound real
crisp
crazy.
and clean.
I hope you understand when I say this. I go more for Ricky Rubio.
No.
Nah.
Yes.
Rondo had triple doubles, 44,
Nah, I feel you, but
15,
it's
and
like
15 on the prime Miami
They
Heat.
need a
Julius is
legit
running it.
guard, though.
He's running it.
But the thing is,
He's on his point forward shit. Like, I want to say he's like on his diet Sierra Mist diet LeBron shit.
wow,
You see, I had all the barriers I put.
all the diets.
Yes,
So
it
what?
had to be because I had to be respectful.
But another team, Boston Celtics. They've looked very this season, but I thought it was just Kemba.
I feel like it's the timing. I feel like it's everything.
It's just this
Kemba injuries, COVID. Kemba injuries, COVID.
COVID.
Kemba is just wilding. Kemba needs to leave.
You think so?
Yes.
Do you hear this
For his
blasphemy?
sake.
For his sake, but where would he go? If you're gonna produce like this, who's taking you?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Leave before they find out that. Before they forget that you're actually a good player.
Yeah, he's still a good player. But.
You know he is, but bro.
And on that note,
stats. The percentage is
Kimba's out of here. He's just from the town. Get your money and do your own
He needs to
thing.
leave, bro.
Do the John
Yo,
Wall
bro,
thing.
please, like, yo, bro.
he got his money from Boston.
Nah, he did, but like,
True.
bro, I just need 20 points.
I mean, he's had his games here and there, but the L still comes.
I
sometimes.
need 20 points at least.
Boston is currently 7th in the East.
20 points at least, please, Kemba. Please.
But the thing about the East right now, of course, them being weak.
27. What was he giving us in 27?
Nah, like 25. Yeah,
Like, come on, bro, please. 20 points is all I need.
Thing is about the
And
East,
Boston,
they're
if
still
you get
in
20
the
points,
mix.
They fifth, easily.
Boston's still in the mix as even though they're seventh.
They're in the Eastern Conference.
It's sad from fourth seed all the way down to the 9th seed is literally separated by 4 games.
Eastern Conference.
I lied, 1.5. That's crazy.
Because they're in the Eastern Conference. If the Boston Celtics allow the Chicago Bulls to
The Chicago Bulls are 10th.
I know they're 10th.
So they're in the play-in as well.
I know. I know. But I've been watching very closely and looking at the maths. Bro, the Celtics can miss the...
On the low.
Bro.
But it's not going to happen, though.
It shouldn't happen. If it does, Kemba. Retire. G League.
But that's all we got for y'all today.
Y'all there.
I believe
Thanks for
you,
tuning in.
Please don't go to G League.
SwayReporting
Go to
Live.
G League. Don't retire.
Next time, watch out for the next drop on a different platform. You know the vibes. Bow. RP DMX.
Done choppy. She says she see me and she rate my droppings. Lyrical done non-stopping. Me not in a argument, me no want no back. Money where we want to spend, money in a duff. Money where we want and money where we go for. Anything we go for, people say we go for. Me not in a argument, me no want no back. Money where we want to spend, money in a duff. Money where we want and money where we go for. Anything we go for, people say we go for. Back to the bricks now. Man talk shit now. Mans gets chips down. I flick wristwatch. Man's gon' sit down. Iced out, click out. Pour more drink out. In a little bit, I probably pull a new bitch out. Give a little tip, she probably pull the whole dick out and deal with it proper. I'll never stop, but that's word to the papa. She tryna start family. Kuna Matata. I ain't really into that. Little this and little